Hello and welcome to Conspirator Brock's pull list. This is my pull list for the week of July 30th, 2014. So let's get started. And this is my pull list. This is the stuff that I'm taking home for this week. First up is Aquaman number 2. Annual number 2, I should say. Aquaman's been great. I've been enjoying it. The first annual was okay, so hopefully this one's a little bit better than the first one. But since it's the 5-week month, annuals are going to come out, and you're going to see some kind of just flooded what we need to get out before the end of the month. So, Aquaman number 2, annual number 2. Next up is Armor Hunters Harbinger number 1. I'm still a little behind on Armor Hunters, but I've been enjoying what they've been putting out so far. So, if you haven't gotten a chance to start it out, it starts out, I believe, in XO Manowar, and then continues in Armor Hunters, and then there's a couple of these extra little things. Bloodshot's one of them, now Harbinger. So, Valiant, love their titles. Armor Hunters have been a really good read. Next up, we're on week 17 of Batman Eternal. I'm a couple weeks behind because I prefer to read this in a little chunks. So I think I'm about 3 issues behind. So I'll either get caught up this week or next week. We'll see. But Batman Eternal, I've been loving it. It's really good. Check it out. Next up is Detective Comics Annual number 3. I really enjoyed the first couple annuals from Detective, so hopefully this one still is good. There's a lot of creative people on this, so I'm not too sure how well it's going to go over, but we'll see. Detective Comics Annual number 3. Next up we have Hickman and Dragado's East of West number 14. East of West is one issue is really great. The next issue, it's entertaining. So we'll see which this one is. I'm still enjoying East of West. It's still one of my fun reads from Image every month. So East of West 14 is out. Next up we have Harley Quinn number 8. I haven't been a huge fan of this book. It's been okay. I think there's something missing. Every time I read one, I'm like, okay, give me a little more, but it doesn't seem to deliver. We'll see. I love Harley Quinn, so I'm a sucker for it, so I'm going to get it. But Harley Quinn number 8 is out this week. The there's a couple delayed books coming out this week. The first up is Justice League number 32. We're in the 33s, DC. So you need to get caught up with this. Double ship it if you have to. I've been really enjoying Johns' Justice League. It's been a really great read, so I'm going to keep going with it. Apparently the Doom Patrol's in this one. And for Doom Patrol fans out there, they did release a Doom Patrol Omnibus today. So if your shop actually got it, you should check that out. And I believe it's the Grant Morrison stuff. So next up is the New 52 Futures End. We're in week 13 of that. Again, like Batman Eternal, I'm kind of building up a couple of issues before I read. Especially with Futures End, it makes it a little bit better of a read. Reading one issue by one issue, they're not covering every story that they're touching on, so you get a little behind and lost. But Futures End, I'm still enjoying it, so we'll see where it goes. Next up is Outcast number 2 from Robert Kirkman. Apparently they're making a TV show. I don't know. For all those people out there that bought number 1 thinking, oh, I'm going to cash in if this is made into a TV show. I'm going to give you a little numbers here for you. Walking Dead number 1 sold a little over 3,000 copies. It had a print run of a little over 3,000 copies. Outcast number 1 probably had a print run of closer to like 80,000. So when you look at how much something's going to go for based on that, Outcast number 1's going to go for okay money. Not the Walking Dead numbers, but I enjoyed the first issue, so I'm picking up issue 2. Hopefully you like it. I need to actually double check to see if it's cut differently. We noticed that the first issue was cut a little weird. We didn't know if that was the ones we got, or if it was something that came out of the printer. So, Outcast number 2. Then we have the much delayed, but very, very happy it's finally out. It's so pretty, so pretty. We have the Sandman Overture number 3. There are 2 covers to this. I'll show you the other cover in a little bit. But Sandman is amazing. If you have not read Sandman, you need to go pick up the Sandman trades and start reading them. At least read 2. And if you can't get into it because of that, that's fine. But Sandman is really, really great, really amazing. J.H. Williams' artwork with Neil Gaiman's words is amazing, or Gaiman, however you want to say it. Amazing, and I mean, I can't wait to read this issue, and I can't wait to reread the trade when it finally comes out. So, Sandman number 3, we've waited long enough, it's finally out. Next up is the only Lantern book I'm picking up currently, which is Sinestro number 4. Cullen Bunn, I believe, is doing a good job with Sinestro. He's actually entertaining versus the rest of the Lantern books, which are falling far, far, far from the mark. So, Sinestro number 4 is out. Next week we have Scott Snyder and Sean Murphy's The Wake Finale. Issue 10 of The Wake is out. I've enjoyed this book for the most part. I'm curious to see where it goes, but yep, it's final issue, so we're going to see how it all wraps up. And then we have another Armor Hunters book, which is Exo Manowar 27. Like I said before, Armor Hunters has been a good read. I'm looking forward to diving into it. I am a little bit behind, but you know, sometimes it's better to read a couple of issues on a story versus just one and one every month. So, Exo Manowar 27. This is the I'm now to my variant section. I'm going to be going back in time a little bit for this first one. It's Justice League 32, the Bombshell variant, pure platinum. The last 2, this one and the last one, I believe it was a Superman, Batman, Bombshell variants, weren't the best. I'm not a big fan of this one, but I like pinups, or bombshells, and so I picked up all of these. I gotta actually get some space here in the garage, and I'll lay them all out and take a picture and post it on Twitter for everybody. But the final Bombshell variant is out. For those of you who ordered Bombshell variant sets, this means that we shipped them out to you today. So I packaged up, I believe, 4 sets and shipped them out. There might be a couple more, but we're waiting for payment. But yeah, could have gotten a Bombshell variant set if you had ordered early. Remember, it's good to order early. Next up, we have the Batman 75th Anniversary variant. This is Harley Quinn number 8. It's Harley Quinn dreaming of escaping from Batman, but losing all this money in the process. But I don't know. It was okay. I mean, the artwork wasn't the best on it, but it's a Batman 75th variant, so and it's Harley Quinn, so yeah, double punishment. Bought the regular and bought the variant. So there's that. And then Sandman Overture number 3 had its other variant, which I picked up. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. They had sketch variants, but again, we didn't order enough to get those, and I don't need to go that crazy with getting it. So. Moving on now, we're going to my read list. This is the stuff I take home to read, so I know what's going on with it, so I'm more informed and can let you people out there in the internet ether or whatever, know what I think of books if you ask me questions, or if I'm in the shop and somebody comes in asking for a recommendation, blah 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 blah. First up is Black Science number 7. Black Science has been okay. I still think Remender's doing way too much writing on Marvel and his own books. He needs to tone it down a little bit, and I think, you know, it will shine through like we remember Remender's work shining through when he was working on fewer titles. But Black Science number 7. Then next up we have a Vertigo title, which is Bodies. This is Bodies 1 of 8. I'm curious to see what's going on. Try and check out Vertigo titles when I can. But Bodies is about a bunch of murders in different time periods. So we'll see what's going on with this book. Next up we have Cowl, C-O-W-L, number 3. Enjoyed the first 2, so I'm going to keep going with it. It hasn't completely turned me off, but it hasn't, you know, completely grabbed me. But it's a fair read, so if you're looking to check out something that's superhero-ish and unions and all that stuff, Cowl, that's a book. Next up we have Damon, number 4. Woohoo! I've actually enjoyed Damon, even though it's very, very delayed when it comes out, but the creators have told us from the get-go that this book isn't going to be out on a necessarily regular basis, but they are doing their best to make it a very good book. when it actually comes out. And it has been a very good book when it comes out. So Damon number 4, check out. Then what this week wouldn't be complete without having an issue of The Guardians of the Galaxy number 17, and the movie comes out like Friday. Yeah, we gotta have a comic book in the stores on the release day for the movie release. I've heard the movie's great. I'm excited to see it. I'm going Thursday night with the group of people from the comic book store, my fiance, my future brother-in-law, and his fiance. I'm going to watch this movie and enjoy the shit out of it. I don't enjoy the shit out of this comic. I don't know why I torture myself by reading it. I love these characters, though. To be honest, Bendis has not been doing a great job with this book. The Zero issue with Star-Lord's origin was great, but then it just fell short. It just 1, 2, and 3 were just, and then the rest of it just was, oh, let's cross over with Infinity here, and let's do something with the X-Men here, and so I'm not a big fan. But I will say this: the Guardians of the Galaxy, Dan Abnett and Annie Lanning stuff, Marvel pushed the trade release up to last week, so the first volume actually came out last week. So if you want to read some good Guardians books, go to your local shop and pick up that Guardians trade. It's the 2008 Dan Abnett and Annie Lanning stuff. That is the stuff you need to read if you want to read good Guardians books. Not recommend this, but I'm torturing myself with it anyway. So hopefully you get to go see Guardians this week, and hopefully you get to read some good Guardians books by going and picking up that trade that they finally released. Which is hilarious because we would have ordered more and told people more about it if we knew it was coming out on, a week before the movie. But we thought it was coming out like 2 weeks after, and Amazon still says it's coming out late after the movie. And Marvel, you need to get your trade shit under order. Fucking dumb. Next up is Rick Remender's Low number 1. Like I said earlier, Remender's writing too many books, but we'll see. So I'm gonna check out Low. I'm hoping. Finally, we have Red Lantern's Annual number 1. Atrocicus and Guy Gardner go at it. Yeah, hopefully this issue's... The Red Lanterns haven't been as bad as the rest of the other books. It's just not... It doesn't have the same muster as Sinestro. But, I mean, out of the rest of them, this is probably a better one. So, keep reading it. I'm getting rid of the ones I have on eBay. But that's my pull list for the week and my read list. For a 5 week, fifth week, there's a lot of books out this week. I actually stopped by a comic book store that's closer to me than Comics Conspiracy, Elusive. Great guys over there. If you are down at San Diego Comic-Con and saw Steve from Elusive, and took a picture, you should really post it. There was just a ton of books on their wall. I mean, we don't get it nearly as much as they do, but good God, there's a lot of books this week. So I don't know what is going on with the comic book industry in that. Let's release a shit ton of books the week of Comic-Con, and then release a shit ton of books after the week of Comic-Con. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm going to Guardians, which I'm really excited for. Thursday night, 8:30. After working a long day sorting X-Men comics. It's going to be so much fun. So, so I'm probably going to post up a review, a video review about Guardians over the weekend. Hopefully I get a chance to. As for the Comics Conspiracy, we are hoping to record an extra long episode on Monday. Sorry again for missing out this week. Ryan's sinuses were really bad, and he wasn't able to record yesterday. He was okay today. He shut the AC off at the store, so it was a little warm. But his sinuses were doing better, so he was on the Geek Box tonight. So hopefully he's okay for next week. We can record an extra long episode so that we got a week covered while he's recovering from his surgery that's taking place Wednesday of next week. For those of you who want to send well wishes, send it to @RyanHigginsRyan on Twitter. And we're all crossing our fingers that this helps him out. So other than that, that's a wrap for this. If you go ahead and like this, if you like it, leave comments. Let me know how I'm doing. You can help get the books digitally if you're on my blog, conspiratorbrock.com. All the books that have links to the digital copies of Comixology, and you can help support the Comics Conspiracy by buying through there. We get a portion when you buy. I'm also on eBay selling stuff. It's Ashes 2 1979, so ASHES, the number 1979. So find me on there, and I got a whole bunch of stuff up for sale. Yeah, and I believe the trade, if you're on my blog this week, is Lazarus Volume 2. I like Lazarus. I haven't actually picked up the first trade, or the new one. The second one is out this week, so if you get a chance, grab that. It's really, really good. So I will see you next time, where I will have seen Guardians of the Galaxy.